It's Matty and Patty, coast to coast from Brooklyn. It's Pat McManaman. To San Francisco, it's Matt Youngner. Say hello, Matty.
Hey, Patty. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, better. I'm doing a lot better.
I did not see this coming.
Did not see this coming. I'm not just talking about Lil Wayne dropping a line about Delhi.
What kind of world are we living in, Patty? I think that's what you said to me when you first heard it.
What kind of a world are we living in where Lil Wayne is dropping a track about people bitching about Delhi? Like, that's
unbelievable.
People crying about Delhi. It's so fucking great. And then, I mean, I really want to know. Well, at the end of this podcast, guys, we're going to wrap this up with a full song, and I think we'll survive any lawsuits that come our way.
I think we're okay here.
We have good lawyers, Matty. We have a very good lawyer in front of the podcast. Yeah, the best. But at the end of the song, he says, "What does he say? T-Lou, I got some store for you next time we meet." What? That's a bizarre promise at the end of a song. I want to know what the story is. What?
I know. I hope we can only find out. I only hope we can find out.
I only hope. Here's to hoping. Welcome to the Cleveland Sports Hour. We are two self-aware but unapologetic homers who spend far too much time watching, reading, and thinking about the Cavs. So if you like the informed, intelligent Cleveland fans' perspective, you've come to the right place. All right. In case you missed our last podcast, and chances are you have because I never actually posted it, you would recall that Matty and Patty had completely given up the Cavs for dead.
Oh, I think that was the bottom, Pat.
It was the bottom of the barrel. Rock bottom. I mean, I started the pod with the classic Bill Paxton rant from Aliens. Game over, man. Game over.
It felt appropriate.
That's how I was feeling at the time. Gone was Patty's dogged optimism along with the flimsy tendrils of hope that Matty was clinging to. The Cavs were toast, outclassed, and embarrassed in 2 games in Oakland. Kevin Love concussed and out for Game 3. The Warriors so unconcerned that they were daydreaming about a matchup with the Showtime Lakers. Begin the funeral dirge. Turned out, Matty.
No such thing.
The Cavs were only mostly dead, as Miracle Max has taught us. The Dubs, Matty, the Dubs got absolutely worked by the Cavs. Crushed last night. A veritable dub drubbing.
I like that.
It's good, right? Dub drubbing?
Yeah.
I was very proud of that. LeBron moved to the 4, took on Draymond Green. Kyrie came to life, put the entire Warriors roster on skates, producing 2 embarrassing vines of both Curry and Clay, the NBA's best backcourt, with killer crossovers and dagger jumpers.
What were they calling him? The bus driver?
I didn't hear that.
In the post game. I can't remember. I think it was, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
The bus driver.
I missed the post game. I was busy hanging out at the bar with Jesse Auerbach's brother. That was a random discovery. I went to my local bar to watch the game. And some dude was wearing this dope Larry Nance throwback, like, cartoon starter jacket. Like, it was a cartoon, like, drawing of Nance, like, what's that, air sketch, with an airbrush.
Oh, I know it very well.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Not just because you texted it to me last night.
Well, exactly. But I saw that came up and just said like, respect. That's a fucking great jacket. And then later he just came up and so we started talking and said, you from Cleveland? I said, yeah, Shaker. Yeah, oh, really, where? He said his name was Auerbach, and I was like, Auerbach. Sure enough. Anyway. Matt, are you getting into a fight with a San Francisco guy?
No, as I told you, these people are all cowards. I talked an enormous amount of trash. The Cleveland people I were with were women until the end of the night. They got very worried that something was going to happen. I said, I'll say anything. I said something at one point, and a dude at the other end of the bar was like, who said that? And I put my hand up. I was like, I said that, buddy. Looked him dead in the eye. And I was like, and I'm going to say a lot more before this night's over.
Yes. Oh, man.
In Oakland, I wouldn't behave this way. But in the city...
Oh, man.
Impunity, Patrick. I operate with impunity.
Isn't it a little weird, by the way, that they have the jerseys that say the city on them when the team's fucking being moved to San Francisco in like a year or two?
No. The city is San Francisco.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the city. So wait, why is it in the city when they're in Oakland? What the fuck? What's up with that?
Well, because when they first moved out here, they played in San Francisco. And those are like throwback uniforms to when they were here. And people, you might not know this, Patrick.
I did not know this.
But in the Bay Area, when you say the city, you mean San Francisco.
Interesting.
Wherever you are. I live in the city. You know how that's like living in Manhattan where you are?
Right. Fair enough. All right. So Oakland's like sort of like a borough, suburb.
Yeah.
Basically.
A poor younger brother.
Oh, jeez. Oh, poor Oakland.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, like, we raced out that 9-0 lead, Matty. We built an early 20-point lead, let them back with an 8, and we just blew it wide open in the third with just pure fire.
Oh, so good.
So good. So Matty, are the Cavs back, or are they only mostly dead?
Dude, I have no idea. Seriously, do you feel like you have a grip on things here?
Not at all. No idea. This reminds me of how, like, this is not a welcome memory, but it reminds me how when the Cavs and the Bulls would play, there was always, like, one big blowout in Chicago, and then the Cavs would answer back with a blowout. You know, but then the series would calibrate, and Jordan would take over. Yeah. So I have that. I still have a very strong sense of dread. I mean, I think our podcast tonight, Matty, should be trying to answer the question: are we back, or are we only mostly dead? That's what we need to figure out. And I'll be honest off the bat, I still think we're mostly dead. Only because, I mean, look, this is exactly what I was looking for. Like, I was looking for.
They did the things you wanted them to do, Patty.
Exactly. I'll get to
on
that.
Defense. Yeah.
But I'm still too disturbed by the first two games. If they can repeat this, obviously, one, we're back in the series, and we're back to square one. The downside, I think you're pointing out with the whole, like, we need to win, they take one out of two in Oakland, is, there's just no room for error.
No, we have to win this next one.
I mean, we can only give up one more loss. That's it. Like, that's crazy. It's 4 more games left in a full 7-game series. We got to either run the table or only give. That's the point. We've left no room for error. Now the thing is,
and for me, Patty, the sleeping giant has not awoken.
Precisely, and that's the big thing that we're going to get into.
Like, those guys have not erupted.
No, and that's what we got to start talking about. It definitely feels like it has to happen, but I think that I still think that's an open question. Objectively speaking, Cavs fan Pat McMenamin in his heart of hearts is expecting them to just go Nova tomorrow night, and just because that's what happens. Because I can't have nice things. I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we deserve.
Yes, it's what we deserve, exactly. But it's really hard to say. So let's. But before we get into those answers, Matty, let's get into the kill list.
Yes.
I believe I'm speaking for both of us. We haven't actually discussed this in advance at all, but I believe
I know what you're going to say, and I'm going to agree with you.
That we have a new entry in the top 3. A new entry in the top 3. He's easily pushed out Andre Iguodala. Klay Thompson, easily top 3 kill list. Let me. May I tick off?
Yes.
Tick off some of the things. He apparently, a piece comes out where he privately muses to his teammates all the time that the Cavs, quote, took the wrong Thompson in the draft.
They love having that chip on their shoulder there.
Oh my God. He quipped in front of cameras while Draymond Green was being modest. He quips that we're better than the Showtime Lakers. In the middle, he's talking about this in the middle of fucking finals, 2 games in. He's already talking about
on that team,
the next
right?
matchup. Yeah, exactly. His dad said, "Oh yeah, they would have beaten us." Yeah. That's why Michael Thompson was a bitch ass part player on the Showtime Lakers that no one remembers.
That's right.
Fucking bitch. He called Mozgov's pick last night. He gave him the owie in his thigh.
This is the most offensive.
Charlie Morris, poor guy. He called that pick kind of dirty. Matty, what is it? Golden State player complains about another team's dirty picks. Once again, that's rich.
Unbelievable.
Rich. Let me give you the full quote just to really get it to you. He says,
Please, get me angry.
I didn't get it. I don't know. I mean, I'm guarding Kyrie, running full speed downhill. I just don't know I just don't know who is trying to set up. Hold on, Matty. Can you calm down those fans? It's a little loud. A little loud, Matty.
I got by him.
Tell those cowards to shut the hell up. I'm talking.
You keep going, Patty.
I didn't get it. I don't know. I'm guarding Kyrie, running full speed downhill. I just don't know who is trying to set a pick on me in the middle of the key. If it's on the perimeter, I understand, but it didn't make sense to me. I'm just confused why he's trying to set a screen in the middle of the key when we're both running full speed downhill. It just seemed kind of dirty to me. He stuck his knee out too. But you know what? That's basketball.
Oh.
Fucking coward is what this guy is.
So annoying.
I'm gonna bitch for a full minute here.
Go.
Matt, did you kill someone? Are you okay? Do you need to
I'm walking home through the mean streets of San Francisco, Patty.
Did you kill someone?
This is what happens.
I mean, look, if you need me to be, an alibi, I will pretend. I'll fly out to San Francisco right now and pretend that I was there the whole time. I don't think it'll hold up in court of law, but I would do that.
Tell me you've been on the phone with me the whole time.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, see, better. This is a better option.
I'm trying to walk away from the site of the incident, Patty.
Yes, good. We probably should be recording this, though. This will probably be used against us. Just what a bitch. First of all, that should not have been called. First of all, that shouldn't have been a foul. It was a clean fucking pick. It's a clean fucking pick. Two.
It's close anyway.
Yeah, it was close. I thought he got in a position just in the nick of time, but because he planted just as the contact happened, I can see them calling that, and also it was obviously a really big collision because Clay just didn't see him at all. And that's one of those things where, the guy gets blindsided, even if it's not his fault. The refs often call that, which is bullshit. But I didn't think I thought it was debatable. It was a really debatable pick in the first place. I mean, being a foul in the first place. But the whole idea, you can't pick in the paint. What kind of a bitch answer is that? One, Patty, everyone picks below in the key. Sorry, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I think one of my Twitter follows roundly disproved this point earlier today.
Someone exhorted me to spend time on Twitter going off and finding clips of picks below the key. Yeah, there's shit ton all around the league. Do you know who does a lot of them? The Golden State Warriors do. The Golden State Warriors do it all the fucking time. Do it all the time. Offensive. The one difference I will give is that rarely do you get picks in the key on guys going straight to the basket. Usually it's off ball
and on the ball.
Yeah, and on the ball. Exactly. Usually it's off ball picks. But there's absolutely no reason that's illegal or dirty whatsoever. And frankly, I was thinking to myself, why don't more people do that? What it reminded me of, Matty, is the pick where a big man will kind of just walk his defender out of the way of a driving player, right? To prevent him from switching off, just to stand in his way and pick the guy from switching off. It's a different kind of off-ball pick. Pick your guy from being able – the guy who's guarding you pick him from being able to switch off on you to guard that guy. It's very similar to that. The difference is where I see his complaint of the danger is, the guy doesn't see it coming. But, fucking sack up, man. Look for it. It's a totally legal play. And, frankly, we should do it more often.
Keep your head on a swivel out there.
Yeah, because we're coming for you.
So, Patty, you did not listen to the post game?
I did not. I was bar. Yeah, no. I was trying to catch up on Twitter when I got home.
So I watched it all, and I gotta say, our best friend in this situation was Mr. Charles Barkley.
Really?
They played that whole clip, and then they threw it back to the NBA TV table. Mm-hmm. Think about that. Just gave him a wide open, question to go with. And Barkley said, I think I wouldn't be talking about anything being dirty if Draymond Green was my teammate. And people were like, what? And he was like, he's dirty. He's kicking people in the balls. He almost pulled Steven Adams' arm out of his socket. That's totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
He's dirty. God. And so the host was like, are you calling Draymond Green dirty? He was like, of course.
Of course he is.
What do you call it? And the other guys, like Grant Hill, sort of demurred. And he was like, nah, he's dirty. And then they're like, all right, but was that a dirty play? And to a person, everybody's like, no. Just maybe it's a foul. It's a pick.
Yeah.
Nothing dirty.
What a bitch.
Oh, Patty, on top of that, there was a Vine going around today. There's a, do you remember? Sorry, I'm marching up a hill.
No, I like it.
LeBron had a nasty dunk, I think in the second half, went around Draymond. Draymond caught him with a foul. He threw it down anyway. It was an and one.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that, but there's a view from the behind the backboard cam.
Yeah.
Of it, and very clearly Draymond hits him in the nuts going for the ball.
I missed that.
Yeah. You know why? Because LeBron didn't make a big fucking deal about it and freak out.
Yeah. Flail his arms and cry like a baby.
And try to get in a fight about it.
Yeah. You know what I did
really
here?
Pushing it, this team.
Jesus Christ. You know what I did see? What I thought you were talking, what you were talking about is after he dunks on Dre, he turns around, starts walking back, and Draymond Green smiles, and I was like, that was a foul, man. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
He said that was a foul. What? So it's a foul when you get just fucking torched on defense?
Oh.
God, you just got fucking worked. One-on-one, he blew past you and dunked on you, even though you tried to punch him in the fucking nuts.
It's a lot of nerve with these guys, man.
Jesus. They're a fucking menace, man. They
need to be stopped.
Stop. There's that Bay Area wind, Matty. It's got a lot of feedback.
You're gonna cover up. Is that better?
Do your best to cover up the little mics thing. Yeah, we're getting some tight wind there.
Sorry, I'm right on the bay, Patty. These are real conditions.
This is serious. It's nice to sound like a fighter pilot. Fighter pilot has to make
I'm coming.
1,000 decisions. In the oh man, I miss Platt. Oh. Curry, you might be right about Curry about Clay going to 2, but it's only because Curry didn't have a good game, and just because Curry just got so roasted. He is just being roasted over a fire now. He's getting the Kyrie treatment a little bit. Not really. Everyone's now bringing up he's clearly playing hurt again. Once he starts playing bad, then he's hurt. Yeah. I mean, look, again, I'm fully expecting Curry to go nuts in Game 4. So the point is, I'm just going to appreciate all of this right now. He got clowned, absolutely clowned by Bron and Kyrie all game. I mean that.
Oh man, you're just going for it.
That LeBron steal and the alley-oop when he switched out and he tried to pass to Draymond.
Oh yeah.
He tried to pass Draymond.
Oh,
and he tipped it up.
Actually, Patty,
what?
Keep going. I got something after you're done.
Tipped it, stole it, fell down, got back up, passed it to Kyrie. Curry tried to block his pass, and Kyrie sent it up. And then, Curry's whole shoulders just sag as LeBron skies up for that ridiculous alley-oop. Just a beautiful, beautiful basketball. And then later, he tries to make that dead ball layup. Because he was just frustrated. They missed the play dead.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And LeBron sees in the last second. LeBron didn't see it happen. He just glanced at the corner of his eye, going up for it. And LeBron was just blocked the ever-loving shit out of that ball. And then again,
that was awesome, wasn't it?
I texted our friend Dave, who was watching that Vine over and over again. I was like, you got to watch the body language on Curry after he gets blocked. This goes like, it's so great. So great. What were you going to say?
It's fabulous. He sort of kicked his arms around like a little kid.
Yes, dude. Come on. I just did fucking layup. It wasn't going to count. Oh.
So the thing I was going to say is I really got going for a long time talking trash to the other fans there about the latest dance craze in Oakland called the Curry Flop and how everybody was getting into it for that play in the middle of the court where he locked arms with LeBron and then just fell down.
Right.
And they called LeBron for the offensive foul. That was out. He should get a tech for flopping for that one.
Yeah.
If they did that in the playoffs, that was egregious.
So ridiculous.
Absolutely egregious.
So ridiculous and bullshit. I get the exaggerating contact, but just going to initiate it and then trying to fall down and get it. It's fucking another level.
The sense of entitlement with these guys, and it's not unearned. I get that.
Yes. No. Right.
But it is supremely frustrating and annoying.
Somebody needs to fucking punch them in the mouth, metaphorically. But also I kind of want to do it physically.
yeah.
But I think it's uncontested. It needs to be metaphorical. It's debatable whether they deserve to be punched in the. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of.
Yeah.
And then to top it all off, Matty, have you been on basketball Twitter today?
No, I have not. I like this.
Under Armour released some photos of the Chef Curry 2 lows. They're all white, and they are trash.
Terrible looking?
I mean, I'm not a sneakerhead. I don't know. But basically, everyone's saying they look like the kind of sneakers nurses wear, old white men wear. And so everyone's just going to town with new names for it. Let me see if was I smart enough to keep the page open? Crap. Did I not keep it open?
Patty, come on now, man.
Just terrible. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I did. It was on my phone, Matty.
You're a producer, for God's sake.
I know, but my producer was drinking Irish whiskey during the podcast, so that
the description did it for me. I have a real image in my head now.
It's pretty good. Here it is. All right, I'm gonna read a couple of the tweets to you. These are the "Let me speak to your managers" 5S. The Bible study 4s. I was told by Apple Care 7s. Youth Sunday 8s. The Gout Game 12s. The Yes Officer right here. I saw everything 7s. The All Lives Matter 14s. The Piers Morgan.
I like that one.
The Piers Morgan raises some valid point 7s. He ain't my president 12s. The Make America Great Again 4s.
Oh, this is great.
The Why don't girls like me? I'm a nice guy 4s.
Oh man.
And what about the troops 4s. The Polygrip 7s. I hope no one is in our seats 3s.
Oh yes.
Oh, that one particularly good.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for that, Patty.
Somebody put crying Jordan faces on the tips of them. It's so good, and that only scratches the surface. Like, this is only what Complex put together in their collection. It's endless and amazing. Like I said, I fully expect Steph Curry to make us forget all of this with, his ridiculous, annoying game where he just goes crazy and just sinks terrible fucking basketball shots because it's Steph Curry. So I'm gonna fucking enjoy this right now. This is such a great day for savaging Steph Curry, and it's overdue. It's overdue. But I gotta say, at the end of the day, it's gonna feel empty if we aren't able to.
If we get clobbered again in Game 4.
Exactly. Enjoy it now, because it's gonna feel empty tomorrow if we get clobbered.
This is true. I have to say, no matter what, I'm glad we got one. Right?
Oh yeah. At the very least, this we were talking about this in our previous podcast, which we didn't post. Which I'll post simultaneously. So if you want to go listen to this shit, it's terrible.
It's horrible. Don't listen to it.
Don't. It's mostly us being depressed, and it's just as well and good that my audio is garbled the whole time. So that's what makes it unlistenable.
And also my phone dies.
Your phone dies halfway through.
10 minutes left in the podcast or something.
Terrible. And it was just the two of us just saying that we're all fucking done and just being despondent. But we'll post it just for the record. Just for the record, to be above board here. I already know what I was going to say, Matty. I already lost my train of thought.
Well, let's do some analysis, Patty.
Yeah.
What happened?
So let me walk you through what I talked about on the podcast yesterday, as briefly as I can, and then you analyze.
Ooh, that's not very quickly.
Well, no, I'll do a fast version. I swear to God.
All right.
I had theories about what was going wrong on offense and defense in games 1 and 2, and kind of what we had to do to fix things in Game 3. And I want you to tell me, was I right? Was I onto something, or was I wrong? Yeah, because I think it's debatable, honestly. I got some parts right and some parts wrong. My theory was that the reason why our offense sucked in games 1 and 2 is because our ball movement was predicated off pick and roll driving kicks, exploiting the traditional help and recover schemes. The problem is the Golden State Warriors switched everything, cut off passing lanes on the kickouts. The reason we weren't passing was because the pick and roll was not giving us anyone to pass to. Meanwhile, Golden State's offensive ball movement was predicated on multiple off-ball screens. They do some on-ball screens, but most of it's off-ball screens, which exploits the shit out of switching schemes, which we were working on. So we were working crazy overtime to make this shit work. I thought our only hope was to emphasize multiple off-ball screens because the pick-and-roll scheme was not going to work on Golden State Warriors personnel. The defense, though, I suspected we weren't working. I suspected we were working so hard on the defensive side to make these ideal switches work. They had nothing left mentally on offense. And I wanted to simplify our coverage, stop everyone but Curry. Essentially, I wanted to endorse the David Zabak theory of just let Curry take it, get his, but shut everyone else out and play really fucking physical and see what happens. So you, Matty, analyze what my offensive and defensive theories and tell me what I got right and wrong about this in light of Game 3.
So I think on defense, you were a little right.
Mm-hmm.
They did not give up. They didn't give anything to Curry, I didn't think.
Yeah, that's one thing I definitely got wrong, right? They did not change their shut Curry down on defense.
Yeah, but they did simplify their scheme. They stopped trapping on picks. Mm-hmm. They weren't switching either. They were just letting their man more or less best they could, and then keeping the scheme behind it pretty simple. Everybody stayed on their men for the most part. Mm-hmm. That stood out for me right from the beginning of the game. I commented on that to the people I was watching with. I think that worked. Mm-hmm. At least in the context of this game, and most importantly, they were physical.
Big time.
That right from the get-go. I mean, what did we have turnovers on? I don't know, first 3 of the first 4 possessions or something like that. We were really aggressive going after the ball.
And Matty,
really aggressive.
That's what scares me about the next game is Golden State was soft. They're not a soft team. Obviously, we saw them for games 1 and 2. I see them coming back and being, totally
ready for it,
dirty, rough, and got to see how we handle it. That's my big concern early on, and that's a big question mark going forward. One quibble I have with you is not switch everything. We definitely switched LeBron and Kyrie when they ran the Draymond Curry pick and roll. The advantage was that LeBron could switch on to Curry and be fine, but the big deal was that he could make that switch happen very quickly, right? He could move quickly enough to catch up to Curry, stay in front of him, and then they have Draymond on Kyrie. But because we had Tristan Thompson down low on Bogut, he could help and recover on that mismatch. So I wonder how.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And I wonder how that changed when they bench Bogut, which they're going to do, I think, in Game 4.
Right, they start the death lineup.
Yeah, they got to.
Sure. And you think let's just keep going.
Keep going.
Do you think we stick with our starting lineup?
From Game 3, yeah, absolutely. I think absolutely.
And even against the death lineup.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think it's a good lineup against the death lineup, to be honest with you. I mean, yes, Tristan does not give us the ability to he can't shoot, so he doesn't space us, but he will terrify them on boards because he's going to eat Draymond's lunch, especially if Draymond's out in LeBron, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think we got to feel good about that.
Yeah.
At a minimum, it slows them down so much because they got to come back and crash the boards.
Mm-hmm.
Just prevents them from running out a bit. This is an aside, but TT fucking finally played like a man in that game.
It's crazy how much, can you remember the last time we won a playoff game without TT playing awesome? I feel like every bad loss we have, TT disappears.
We've won games without him playing awesome. That happened.
That's true.
In the Atlanta series, right? He sort of disappeared, but he does feel suspiciously absent in big losses.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
He's the common. Like if he disappears, it means if we have a big loss, it always involves Tristan disappearing, which is crazy. But tell me your thoughts about my theories on offense. Right, I was saying we need to have these off-ball screens. I don't think do we have a lot of off-ball screens?
I didn't see it.
No, I think the big difference was we just moved LeBron to the 4.
Yep.
And we ran a shit ton. One, exactly. And we run a shit ton of LeBron, Kyrie pick and rolls. We've forgotten them. We haven't seen them much this playoffs.
Yep.
But it was like, to me, I've always said this, like, that's the fucking unstoppable thing. You got two of the best guys driving the basket at the same time. What the fuck are you going to do? Pick your poison.
Yep.
Good.
No, I think you're right there.
Yeah.
I'm glad they went with it. Super interested to see maybe the cure for that.
Except they used
the Golden State side.
I remember seeing
that's what I think too.
I saw some possessions where they did have the big difference is replacing Bogut with roid range. Iguodala, and we had him out there, but I don't think Iguodala's really good at one-on-one physical defense where he can follow the shit out of you.
So out in open court, huh?
You know what? I was not impressed. Put it this way: I don't think I'm as familiar with Iggy's game as I should be as a defensive player. But I gotta say, watching him trying to defend LeBron on the pick and rolls, I think he's not familiar with it. He's not familiar with guarding power forwards, setting picks, and then rolling, because he seemed out of position. So that's one thing to watch for, to see if he improves that defense, if he's prepared for it now, right? If he spends the day practicing on it and honing that craft, because he's the guy that can help really muck that up for them. And he didn't do a good job of it at all. He was just, I didn't even see him on the court. I kept forgetting he was out there. And part of it for me is that I was watching on my phone for much of the game, so I couldn't really distinguish all the players on my phone.
You were watching on your phone?
Yes.
What happened?
I was out and about, and I couldn't get to the bar on time, so I started watching my phone as I was walking to the bar eventually.
Jesus
so I watched most of the first half on my phone. It's fine. I could tell most of it, but what I couldn't necessarily tell was,
get to a bar. You can just walk into any bar.
Matt, I have a social life. And I thought the Cavs were dead, so I figured I would just watch the game on my phone at this event that I was invited to.
Patty.
It was free food, man.
Patty.
It was free food.
Patty, this is what you're trying to get away with? Free food?
Yeah. But it was like.
Oh my God.
It's called the Taste of Summer, Matty. It's in Central Park. It's
called the Taste of Summer. It's called the Taste of Summer. That's your excuse.
My excuse is.
Oh my dear God.
Matty. I don't know what you're bitching about. I watched the fucking game. I saw every minute.
All right.
On my fucking phone, yes, which is why I drained really quickly.
The Taste of Summer.
Taste of. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can I just pause for a moment? It's actually amazing. It's like every restaurant in the city holds booths of little just bite-sized morsels of everything. It's like you have to it's almost like a marathon. You have to train up for it. You have to stop eating at 1 o'clock minimum. But if the latest you can't have anything after 1 o'clock because you have to save room. Every
oh my God,
it's fucking awesome, man. And open bar, it's great. It's great stuff. It's all crazy.
All right.
It's all crazy. My old boss, John Stossel.
It's not like your teams are in the finals or anything.
Yeah, that's why I ignored all of my fellow event goers by watching my phone the last 30 minutes. I started trying to walk out of there.
Oh.
It's a long walk out of the park to get. It's to get to the bar. Anyway, long story short.
All right.
The point being,
all right.
I couldn't always distinguish between the players on my phone in terms of who was who, but going back and watching some clips afterwards, I was just really surprised by how invisible Iguodala was in that game. Do you agree, having watched on the big screen in a bar the whole time?
Yes, I do agree. So here's a thing, though. LeBron was sloppy, man.
Yeah.
First half, it was like we were getting texts from my brother. It's just like, did he forget how to dribble? What's going on with him? That continued from the first two games. I think he was able to get to the rim a little bit better.
Most of it was in the second quarter.
Right?
Most
of it was the second quarter where we played terribly, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, look at that quarter splits. That was they blew us out in that quarter.
It was we were 3 of 17 from the field at one point.
Jeez. So that's another worrisome point in reason for pessimism.
So it was weird. So the things that were weird to me in that game, LeBron's play, fucking Amon Shumpert. I don't know what was going through his head. My longstanding policy of any dribble more than 2 is a $500 fine for him. he was right there, to say nothing of whatever the hell's going on with his hair at this point, which is totally unacceptable.
I mean, it's a bob. It was a Soul Glow weave, game 2. Then it turned into, charitably, I can say it was a samurai bob.
That's very charitable.
Very charitable. I'm trying to be charitable here. Yeesh.
God, but he was like, I don't know what was going through his head. It was so strange. It felt like he was doing what he was instructed to do almost. It was so crazy.
It's very strange, and he drives me fucking crazy. I'm trying to find this tweet. It was amazing, but I'm just not going to find it.
I liked his intensity on defense.
Yeah,
honestly, I think
exactly.
We finally saw a good game from him there. But sorry, this is the point I was going to. How weird was it? We had no bench points until like the very end of the third quarter, the beginning of fourth, when he hit that 3.
Crazy
points off our bench.
Exactly. That was like entirely. What was it? It was entirely like LeBron and Kyrie. It was insane.
And JR.
Oh, that's right. NJR. Right. Yeah, no, he was so right. I found it, Matty, by the way. The Cleveland guy, who's a great follow if you haven't followed him on Twitter yet. Have you followed him yet? The Cleveland guy?
Yeah, you
fantastic.
Him to me.
He tweets the 3 plays where Shumpert almost killed himself dribbling were crazy. Scoops Maroon responds with screen grabs of his timeline, just a straight Twitter timeline, like not his list or specific to Cavs stuff. And let me just read to you the tweets that he had on his timeline at this moment. Fire JB, what in the actual fuck, Shump? Doc is cheap. Shump. Alex Rafali. Shumpert, stop this. Take Mel Rosen. Shumpert, dribbling is not ideal. Brutal Stephanie. Shump, stop. Jason Lloyd, ABJ. Shumpert has killed 3 of the Cavs' last 4 possessions.
Yeah, it was outrageous.
Oh, my God. It kept going. There's like 3 more all Shump oriented. It's just terrible. What?
2 of the 3 people I was watching with received texts from their fathers. Like, what is going on with Shumpert?
Oh my God!
It's universal.
Did the Cavs have an intervention?
Something was going. I mean, maybe they did because he stopped doing it. But
oh my God,
Christ, that was wild.
Wild. He just needs to play defense and shoot threes, man.
That's it. That is all you're allowed to do, Iman. 2 dribbles and then a pass or a shot. And preferably not a shot.
If you're playing a bad team, fine. Get your yayas out. But we're playing the goddamn Warriors in the goddamn finals. Know your fucking role.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
What a weird game, man.
Very weird game. Very, very weird game.
So,
good.
So do you feel like we got a shot?
Talk to me after tomorrow night. I still don't think we have a shot.
Do we have a shot tomorrow night? I'm asking that. Let's not look ahead.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, sure, we have a shot. Absolutely. That's the one thing I'm clinging to is we saw something here. We can't have something. I saw Kaz had Justin Rowan saying, Kerr usually doesn't overreact right away. He'll wait until the cat. I don't think so. I think it took them a while to figure out the lineup that worked against us, and since they've already crossed that bridge in last year's finals, they're going to it tomorrow. I don't think we see Bogut again, and if we do, fan-fucking-tastic. The one wrinkle that the big concern, and we should talk about this in a second. I don't want to talk about it right now. Is Love, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But no, we have a chance. We figure something out. It is a massive advantage for us the way we play that game. Even if Curry and Clay are playing better, hitting some bad shots, if we play like that the whole game, even if they hit more shots, we're still winning by 15 points. And we don't need to win by 15 points. It'd be nice, but So that's.
So is it as simple for us as just moving LeBron to the 4?
That's for now, but the big question is what I don't know is what will the Warriors counter with. And this I think this is a good place to transition into talking about Love. Oh my God, the best tweet I saw about this, Matty, was I forget where it came from, so apologies, but somebody said something like, Love is looking like that Marty McFly in that picture, that Polaroid in Back to the Future.
Just fading?
Just slowly fading away. Doesn't need to be there.
I don't think this needs to be an overreaction to Love. This is a very particular matchup that is horrible for him. And I think we can say, don't start him. Play him in spot minutes off the bench in the right place and do what you need to do to win in this situation. It doesn't need to be a huge indictment of him and his play, but rather just a recognition of the realities of this matchup.
Absolutely. He shouldn't be starting. He shouldn't be starting just because that's not the best lineup you can throw out there. And that's what has to matter at the end of the day. I think Love is not so much of a prima donna in the bitch that he gets that. He's been through it before. He knows it. And honestly, I feel more confident about the support group he has right now between RJ and Fry. And honestly,
Fry, yeah.
Read the story about LeBron and Kyrie talking to Love before they went on the court.
Yes.
Both of them apparently giving hugs and dedicating the game to him. And saying, "We got this for you, man. We got this. Don't you worry." Look, in Love, Bogut's falling further down my kill list. I don't know if you saw this article, but Bogut volunteered. No one was saying. He said, I'm sure a lot of people are saying Kevin Love is soft or whatever because he's not playing with his concussion, and those guys are fucking idiots. I appreciate that. And Bogut, it's funny. I feel like Bogut is a kindred spirit here in the sense that he just got benched the rest of the finals last year because of the matchups. Also, he's trash. Yeah. Also, he's trash. So fuck him. But he's actually very useful to them and very, very important to them. The way he picks his illegal screens. And he's just a gigantic human being. He's their Mozgov in a way.
The way he continues to back into somebody when he's setting a screen.
Yeah, exactly.
As they try to run around him. Yeah.
So Love shouldn't take anything from that. I put out a tweet earlier today. I was like, somebody needs to show Love the scene from Major League when Lou Brown tells Ricky Vaughn that he's not starting him against the Yankees in the one-game playoff for the playoff and starting Harris instead. How does that movie end, Matty?
Victory, Patrick.
Victory who wins that? Who helps win that game?
Ricky Vaughn.
Thank you very much.
Ricky Vaughn does.
Thank you very much. Exactly, Kevin Love. The big question though is Matty, what lineups can we throw Kevin Love out at? What are the lineups that Golden State throws out that we can throw Kevin Love out there and get an advantage and get the most out of him?
So I think it is units without Curry out there.
Yes, 100% agree.
And preferably one of their bench bigs, Spates, Bogut if he's coming off the bench.
Ezeli,
even Ezeli, I think.
Fair job for sure.
Because then I like him as the backup center. Well, this is a related question. Sorry, a little off topic, but are we going to see Timo? We're going to see Timo again. How about a Timo fade?
Timo, I think put himself well. He has this knack. Refs just really want to call fouls on him.
Badly.
They just see him and go, he just looks so awkward. That has to be a foul. It's a weird thing. Yep. It's a discouraging development. It's just not fair to him because they aren't fouls. Most of the fouls he gets called for. I mean, some of them are kind of fouls, but no more than anyone else. The fact that he gets singled out for them, no one gets called for more moving screens than Timo. It's why do you guys discover your aversion or your sensitivity to illegal screens and Timo's out there? The fuck?
Yeah, real weird.
It's very weird, but he's just not as crafty as a Bogut guy is in terms of doing it the right way or the way that you can get away with and all that bullshit. I think it's good to have him out there just for the physicality. So I'm not opposed to seeing Timo minutes at all in this game. It's gonna be hard to see them coming because we got to get Love and Fry out there. And Love and Fry right now both come off the bench. That's the tough part.
Yep.
They both come off the bench. I don't know what we do.
Yeah. I think those guys just got to suck it up and play limited minutes. And you're right. Timo goes to third behind those guys.
Exactly.
In this game. And I think you play them sparingly and you're okay with that. I think that was something we were real worried about. I remember I said I was worried about the minutes Love was going to get. And if it's below
20 or 30
or something, we were in trouble.
But now I'm actually, it needs to be 15. It needs to be 15 or lower for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
right. Unless he's going bonkers. Unless he's going bonkers from 3.
That's the point, and that's why we have to kind of like feel both him and Fry out, and I think we gotta go with the hot hand and just play one of them, one or the other.
But what we cannot do, I don't think, is run offense through him and have him taking shots at the expense of LeBron and Kyrie.
Nope, can't do it. It's just not gonna work. But yeah, I'd like to see him on the floor because honestly, everyone says that like, Dre's gonna cook him. No, Dre cooks him when Curry's on the floor. That's when he cooks him. If Curry's not on the floor, Love can kind of hang with him. Love's not a bad defender. He's limited. He's a very limited defender. Like that I think is the right term to use for him. He's a very limited defender. But he can hold his own against certain lineups where he switches out in the guys and can just, in a pinch, do a decent job. Or he doesn't. He gets burned. But, like, he can hold his own on the court for an extended period of time against certain lineups. Not one that involves Curry, where he might be switched onto it for a second. Or where we're so worried about being switched on him for a second that we overcommit on a trap and we leave Draymond wide open, all that shit, and the cascading effects that come from that. That's why I think that the minute Curry sits, we should find him and insert Kevin Love in the lineup. And I think that should be the strategy going forward. I don't know what that lineup looks like, and I don't know where Channing Frye fits into this, because honestly, I feel like they're totally supplementary now in this series.
I mean, Frye has a little more shot blocking, I think, than Love.
That's what I was just about to say. It was the one thing that this is the tough thing about starting Kevin Love or putting Kevin Love in the games. Like, there was that one moment where Channing Frye recovered and just did a volleyball block off the backboard.
Yeah, I went bonkers for that one.
That one was so great because he's just so fucking long and big, and Kevin Love is not that long and big. He's a very.
I believe at that one, Patty, I said you got Magic Mic'd, and that's when the guy asked. Who said that? Yeah, that was the one that did it.
My big thing that I do when I'm at bars with Golden State fans that gets people to turn around and look is when the Cavs do something that's awesome. I do it all the time at home anyways. Like when there's a huge, ridiculous dunk or ridiculous steal or ridiculous block, I do the
Oh, yeah. People don't like that.
People do not like that, especially when it's right in their ear.
Oh, yeah, that's punch-worthy.
Punch-worthy. But surprised they're not punched. I was proud of that. But I think it was mostly because there's a cockiness right now with Golden State fans. They're like, well, we can give up this game. But look, we've been there. We were like that. We were like that with the Raptors when we gave up that first game.
I'm telling you, I'm here at supreme cockiness.
Oh, supreme guys. Like, yeah.
Again, not unearned.
Yeah, no, again, not unearned. Everyone's saying whatever from worse. Delaying the inevitable. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. But
maybe not.
I guess we'll see. We'll see. we'll just have to see.
I got a couple other things.
Yeah, please go. I have a few more too.
One, how about the talk about Phil Handy cursing everybody out after the second game?
Fucking,
I like that.
Love that. First of all, who knew that we had an assistant coach whose last name was Handy? How we?
I mean, I never knew that guy's name. I see him. I mean, he's the guy that's out there working the big man.
Yeah. There's some great shots of him playing one-on-one with Kyrie Irving. Fucking awesome.
Yep.
Do you follow Sports Yelling?
No, I do not.
It's another fantastic account to follow. I highly recommend it. It's a woman, a female.
I know what a woman is.
A woman sports fan. She's more of a Tribe fan than anything else, which is kind of fun and great because she's very up on tweeting about the Tribe. But her whole thing is she only tweets in all caps. And only in exclamation points. It's great. It's a very good account to follow. Cleveland sports stuff. But her reaction to this, to learning this story about Handy, was like, how the fuck did Cavs Twitter not find out until now that we had a assistant coach named Handy? This is just so much wasted time. So much wasted time. Deep Thoughts by Coach Handy.
I love that story.
Deep Thoughts by Coach Handy. I want that. I want that to start happening. That's great. But yeah, anyway, the story, right, is that, like, if I can recap briefly, and then I want to get your thoughts specifically on this. Coach Lou rarely, after a bad loss, has a big speech. He's like, let guys get out of the emotion of it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. That's his whole thing. So he just brought in after that big Game 2 loss, and he goes, all right, guys, let's bring it in. And Coach Handy says to Ty Lue, hey, can I say something? And Ty says, yeah, of course, yeah, go for it. And he just lit into the Cavs. Unleashes. You soft motherfuckers. This dude's Oakland raised. Like, he's an Oakland native. And the team just embarrassed him, embarrassed themselves in front of his hometown. And just lit him, and you guys can give any fucking heart, you let them punk you. Let's face it, he said they punked you, and you let them. You fucking let them punk you. That was great. And everyone was like, no one was upset. They were just like, yeah, you need to hear that. Fucking A. You got it. Like that, that's great hearing the shit like that. That made me really happy.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Big time. Sorry, I obviously just monopolized.
No. I just wanted to bring it up. That was great, and I hope.
Do you have any other thought? I wanted to give you the floor to whack Rhapsodic on that. But
no. I don't have anything to add other than I want to make sure people know that it happened. Mm-hmm. And if there could be such a thing as a turning point in the series for us, that would be a pretty awesome one.
Yep, absolutely.
The other thing non-game related that I want to bring up was the national anthem. Did you see that?
No.
Had a female singer, I don't know that she didn't look famous to me, start the anthem and then stopped and the crowd sang it.
Oh.
And I can tell you one of the people I was watching with cried during that portion. Admittedly a woman, but she said, this is what it's all about. We are all in. That's what I'm talking about. It's Cleveland. Something like to that effect. But it was pretty awesome. It was ruined for me a little bit because I think another team did it earlier in the playoffs. I can't remember who. But it was a pretty cool moment, Patty.
Man, that's a great detail, Matty. I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Like, I'm not good.
Yeah, no, it was moving. A cool way to do it.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell they're gonna do before the next one. I don't think you can roll it out again and have it have the same effect. So they're gonna have to get Ernest Biner to come sing the national anthem.
Oh my god!
Like that would be an incredible way to do it. Just all the goats come back.
Grown men crying is what would happen. Grown men crying in the entire arena before the game. I mean, like, I'm conflicted about the national anthem. Not to be pinko lefty here, but like, the militaristic pomp and circumstance of the anthem for the game, like it's sort of, but also on top of that, on the flip side, it's so rote. People don't give a shit. It's just like whatever thing that you do, it's a rote thing. So you don't really appreciate it. But like, what I do think is so moving about it is the identity, is the self-identity as Americans, and just buying it. And also, like, the funny thing about it is that even though it's the national anthem, right, for the entire nation, not just our city, when the hometown sings that shit, like it's them bonding as a hometown, like, and like
for sure,
that's fucking great. I love that sense of community.
That's how it felt. It was pretty cool, I thought.
That's so great. I did not hear that, and that's just a really great thing to hear. Our great friend and friend of the podcast, Uncle Granty,
at the game.
was at the game, and said like that was like the most amazing crowd he's ever seen. It was seconded by Channing Frye, who said like, first of all, just his whole like drive to the game, like people were going crazy and saying "Let's go Cavs," like shouting to his car and go past, and how intense that crowd was. And we didn't have to do any poser shit of like bullshit like industrial headphones that the Golden State crowd does to ham up their intense crowd. Dude, you want to know? And I feel like, Matty, can you vouch for this for me? Would real like homegrown hardcore Golden State like Oakland fans attest to this? Current Oracle crowd doesn't hold a fucking candle to the Captain Jack crowd.
Especially in the finals. when the tickets are as expensive as they are. That's definitely true. The true fans are priced out, and that's an interesting thing out here because it's going to get worse when they move to the city.
Mm-hmm. And that's
see that callback to earlier, Patty? Now you know what that means.
I do. Now I understand. I understand the reference.
You learned something. Yeah, but because the prices are going to be even more expensive, and a lot of the old season ticket holders will get priced out. They think that's an element of concern.
Because that's the frustrating thing for me about this team is like I actually always love Golden State, particularly when they drafted Curry, but also before Curry with the Captain Jack years. How crazy that crowd was. How like unhinged basketball fans that crowd was. Like I love that crowd. Like I was totally on their side until we became a contender and we had to face off against them. I had a little ambivalence.
Oh, for sure.
And
in 2013, I liked it. When the Cavs were terrible before LeBron came back, I liked it.
But look, I still have respect for, like, for example, when I was watching the games at the bar last year, there were two regos that would be at the bar with me, and we had like great conversations, and and they were respectful. Like those guys were like real fucking Oakland fans, Like they were like, they've been doing it for years, and they always come. And the one guy was like fucking old as shit Jewish guy, just like,
He's probably a Philadelphia Warrior.
Yeah, probably. For Jesus Christ, like, I was like, I respect that, and like that to me is like an Oakland fan. That is an Oakland fan that I respect.
There's a lot of
they're drowned
bandwagon.
They're drowned out by the fucking bandwagon. That bandwagon needs to be fucking crushed. And I'm sorry to the legit fans that I respect, but you got yours. And you guys just kind of need to set aside. This is for the greater good. We need to destroy your bandwagon fans so that we can appreciate your team again. That's how I feel about this series. From an objective standpoint, not from a Cavs standpoint. Obviously, fuck them from a Cavs standpoint. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Good. That's better.
But, anyway.
All right, Patty.
Yeah.
Let's. I gotta get going in a minute because I'm starting to run down a little. Final thoughts?
Before we get to final thoughts, I have one other small thing just to talk about is RJ at 3.
Oh, yeah, please. We should talk about that.
We got to talk about that. He is the NH player's hero because he's our age. Slightly younger. He's a young gun. He's a youngin'.
A friend out here who is a Warriors fan who sent me a picture of a T-shirt that we probably should buy that says "Believe in Richard Jefferson."
Yes,
that I think Nike just started making them.
I'm going online right now to go buy that, and actually send it to Scott. Should we send it to Scott?
My friend. Maybe. Yeah.
Because this guy looks like fucking Richard Jefferson, but white and with hair. And not good at basketball and short, and
no heart,
and no heart, and a shitty person that I otherwise loved.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to send that to him. I also kind of want to wear it because he's fucking our age, and holy shit, when we signed him in the offseason, Matty, I was excited because I heard he was like solid on D, and he hit 40%.
A good 3-point shooter.
4.3. That's all we've got. 3 and D. Who can guard on wing guys? Like that's amazing. And it never came to fruition. He was awful on defense all fucking year. It's atrocious. But he's finally. I don't know. It's just this matchup, but like he's been great in the playoffs. First of all, but
all playoffs long.
He's been holding his own because he doesn't have to be great. He just needs to like not be a tire fire and hit threes and play decent defense.
He's doing more than that.
Yeah, he is, and I'm worried about how he can keep that up, just because I know how old we are and the recovery time. But I just gotta give him respect what he's doing.
He's in phenomenal shape secretly, though. Or not so secretly.
What do you mean?
I mean, people don't talk about it. I just mean he's in really good shape.
Oh.
People talk about what good shape LeBron's in.
but he's doing it too,
and that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, that's really exciting,
in a real way.
And that's one of those like X factors that no one plans for, and it's one of those great hopes. God, someone that age can just help us out. Jesus Christ! All right,
amazing.
All right, we one brief thing again. Other thing was that Jason Lloyd pointed out that the Warriors shot 15 of 38 when the nearest defender was at least 4 feet away. It's very similar to the game 2 numbers.
That's a weird one to me.
Exactly.
I saw that too.
And
I don't feel like that quite represents what happened.
I it doesn't mesh with what I saw. I think one, maybe it was worked by the fourth quarter because we had garbage time for the entire fourth quarter again. Two, somebody else pointed out, I think maybe Justin Rowan pointed this out. The way we would hit them off screens, they got bumped right before they caught the ball. So there's like that jarringness, right? You know, it's like it kind of just takes you out of your rhythm. So even though they were open when they caught the ball off the screen, they got hit as they went through, right? Like someone made sure that they got a shoulder as they tried to clear past that pick. But it just didn't mesh for me. I felt like we really had good defense and motion. They missed plenty of shots too. Yes, it's true. It's one of those things where if you don't get a lot of open shots, the minute you finally get an open shot, you miss because you're just like not used to it. You're so out of rhythm, you're so unused to getting an open shot. You just kind of like get rattled a little bit. We can't count on this happening. Obviously, I'm still terrified that they're going to go Nova in Game 4, Curry and Clay.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know. Yeah. Any last thoughts on that before I move on to the final stretch run?
Just capitalizing on what we said earlier, super interesting if Lou has the guts to bench Love, which it seems like that's what's going to happen, and that's Jason Lloyd's report.
Lloyd said it's going to happen. So,
but that talking, if there is a turning point, if there is such a thing as a turning point in this series, that's another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That the injury happened and that we were willing to go with it, which is eerily similar to what happened to the Warriors last year, where David Lee got hurt, Draymond Green gets inserted into the starting lineup, and the whole season changed because of that.
Yeah.
Eerie similarities.
Absolutely. Matt, sorry, the little background noise you may have heard briefly. Could you hear the song in the beginning? Could you actually hear it? Was that to your benefit?
No, I missed it.
You couldn't even hear the song at all that I played?
No.
All right.
No.
I'll play it for our fans of the podcast. I won't mess with it now. All right. Before we get to our big finish, Cavs win if, lose if. All right, that'll be our wrap up here. You want to go first?
Yeah. Sure. So let's go win if. I think dominate the boards is important because that's a lot of the kind of game TP's having.
Dominate the boards, yes.
And his play so far in the series, I still think that's critically important. I still think more threes than that is important. That happened this last game. I think if JR and Kyrie and whoever aren't getting going from outside, we're in big trouble. And then 3 is sort of unquantifiable, but that we have to see that physicality there. And that's one I feel like we're going to know right from the beginning, have it or not.
Absolutely. My win ifs are, and again, to reiterate, this is 2 out of 3, meaning if we get 2 out of these 3 things, we're going to win the game. So, Matty, yours, we're dominating the boards, more threes, and physicality. If we get 2 out of those 3, we're going to win the game. Mine are LeBron continues to neutralize Draymond Green. If he takes him out, because I continue to think that what's fascinating to me is that Curry was the first unanimous MVP in NBA history, and I don't even think he's the most valuable player on his own team.
No, plays him better than him. I think Draymond's probably been more.
Right, you're breaking up a bit. I can hear you, but I'll paraphrase what you just said, which is, first of all, Curry clearly I think deserved the MVP unanimously. He had an unbelievably historic season. But when he was out of the game, the Warriors kept winning. Pippen didn't really miss any games at all. And I feel like Draymond is that key. He's the keystone. That if you take him out, that shit collapses.
He does feel like the heart of that team.
Yeah. Like, he's the X factor that fucks up things. And if you can neutralize that guy, I think you make them incredibly beatable. That's what was so encouraging about Game 3. That's why I'm very eager to see what happens in Game 4. They're still so good that even if he's neutralized, they can just, luck their way. I mean, the first 2 games, they had so many crazy, lucky things between Livingston going off and the bench going off the other game. Just Draymond Green hitting 6 3-pointers, even though he has the worst fucking shot I've ever seen from 3-point range. Those things can always happen, so I'm worried about that. But one, if LeBron neutralizes Draymond Green, that's a huge thing. If Curry and Clay stay human, if we can find a way to continue that containment, that's also huge. And if Kyrie continues to play lights out, that's just the bottom line. If two of those things happen, I feel like if LeBron neutralizes Draymond and Kyrie plays lights out, but Curry and Clay go off, I still think we can win that game.
Mm-hmm.
But if we only get one of those 3, we're fucked. Do you have different factors for what makes us lose, aside from those 3 things that we see for winning?
Well, I was going to say that. They're related because Curry, Clay, Inferno, which would result in them having more 3-point shots than us, I think would be damaging. There's not too many teams that can sustain them having 17 threes or 18 threes or something in the game between the 2 of them. They're capable of that.
Right.
That, and then I don't think so. I think it's the inverse of what we said. Assuming they're going to start the lineup that we think we're going to start, assuming that they use the bigs off the bench in a smart way and don't feel beholden to play Love a certain number of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to assume that they do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then I think it comes down to those things.
Yeah.
Hustle on the boards.
For me,
3-point shots is a proxy for a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
Ball movement. There's a whole bunch that's contained in that, but yeah.
No, precisely.
What about you?
Your physicality is very key. I like your 3 because I tend to agree with your 3 as well, which is funny. There's a million different factors, right? But if we get 2 of those things, we're good. If we dominate the boards and get more 3s than them, I think we're probably going to be good. If we're physical and we dominate the boards, physicality kind of goes with dominating the boards a little bit, right? So there's a little bit crossover there, but
for sure.
My separate losing.
Although I feel it on defense even more than on offense.
Yeah, no,
physicality comes in. It's certainly related to boarding, but
precisely. The boarding is more on offense, right, than anything.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
My elusive factors are particularly the ball stops moving.
Mm-hmm.
For any reason, if we just get stagnant, which will lead to the next point, we get cold from 3.
Yep.
That was a key factor. We were not cold from 3 at all in Game 3, which is great. And TT disappears. That was what we talked about earlier. TT tends to disappear in the games that we lose, and that's one of the. That's what I mean. We don't need,
it also means we're less physical.
Right.
They're all, I'm with you. That's all that stuff's tied
together.
Together.
All tied together because that's the point. We don't need we can win without TT being and showing up. We can do that, but when we lose, it's almost always going to involve TT disappearing.
Yeah.
Right. We don't need him to be there, but if we lose, it's because he was that'll be a part of it.
Yeah.
We've never had a game where TT showed up and was super dominant and we lost.
I think that's right.
Yep. All right. All right. I think that does it, Matty. Are you almost home?
I'm home. I've actually secretly been home. I'm just walking around the block.
Oh, look at that. Look at that commitment. The dude is circling his block. Commitment to the craft.
Do you want to make a prediction for this game, Patty?
No.
I don't either. I don't either. Let's not do it. Let's give ourselves a pass. We've put in enough.
Let's give ourselves a pass. Matty, you and I both know that we both expect to lose. We both expect the worst to happen, but we are cautiously optimistic that the Cavs can show something here. And honestly, I think the two of us both, even in the depths of our despair in the last podcast, I think both of us were saying all that with that little kernel, the little sliver of light of being but maybe they come back, maybe they blow them out. and it was like sort of that little wish upon a dream. And it fucking happened. So let's see what happens.
It happened once, Patty.
Where are you watching the game tomorrow?
I'm going back to the same place I watched it last time. I made a deal with everybody I was watching with and said we're rolling. We got to bring it back.
Fantastic.
We got to roll it back. So it's a dive bar in Chinatown that nobody goes to watch games. So there are a very limited number of Warriors fans, and an easy way to watch.
Fantastic.
And cheap drinks.
What was the name of the bar? You got to plug them.
Mr. Bings. Mr. Bings.
Mr. Bings.
You got it.
Interesting. Haven't you been compared to Chandler Bing from Friends?
At times. I think it was when he was particularly well written and had a very strong wit about him. I think there was that.
I think there's something prophetic about that you go to the Bings. Mr. Bings. Anyway,
what about you?
My old middle sister Kelly just gave birth to a third child, manly child, Billy Wang. It's a masculine child.
Oh, yes.
Billy Wang. So my parents are in town, and so Cleveland contingent's getting together. Arthur's going to come over.
Oh, that's fun. That sounds fun.
You're
watching at your house?
Not at my house, or at her house, since she has the baby.
Oh, Kelly's house.
We're going to the Upper West Side. We haven't worked it out entirely yet, but it might be like a Arthur sleeps over kind of thing. We'll figure it out. But we're going to do that on Friday night. Monday night, I'm committed to going back to the bar with Jesse Auerbach's brother. Not committed, but I feel like I got you now. That was a very serendipitous thing. But I'm committed to going back there for Game 5, come hell or high water. So
I think you owe it. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I like that.
Well, maybe we'll talk on Sunday, depending how things go Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Either Saturday or Sunday, we should be doing another podcast. I think we got to keep up our rhythm, even though we didn't post the last one. We at least did one. We went through the motions. So that's
right. We got the reps in.
Yeah, exactly. All righty, Matty. That does it for the Cleveland Sports Hour. Until next time, this is Matty and Patty saying, Ship. Ooh, it's close.
Not bad.
Go Cavs, Matty. Go Cavs.
Go Cavs.